Really cool. All right, so I'll start recording now. Hey, welcome to this interview. I wanted to talk with Monika today. She's generously decided or agreed to share some things. Monika has been one of our top affiliates inside of this Communi Partners group, and she's also very active in Communi and a member that definitely is worth learning from, hearing from, and connecting with as well. So, Monika, thanks for coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So, whereabouts are you based? Whereabouts are you right now?
I'm in Germany, near Frankfurt.
Cool. And how did you find out about Communi, and what is it that you do over Communi?
I found out about Communi through an interview which Sabine Schmelzer did with Renate Wettag. And they talked about the differences between Communi and school. And I had discovered school last year. I was there for a couple of weeks and then I left school. I did not like it. And I wrote a blog post about my experiences and why I left school. And then I thought, okay, there is no community for me. And then some months later, I discovered this interview, and I was skeptical. And I thought I'll test it and be cautious and watch and observe and see how it works. And then I did that for a couple of weeks. And then by the end of the year, I bought the lifetime deal. And then in February, I started a paid group. It was not a classical paid group. It was a group program, and it was paid before I started the group. I was still skeptical at that moment. Uh, the group started on Monday, and on Sunday, I finally decided to use Communi. I had been working with a different German platform in the past, more a course platform, but they also had Communi elements, community elements, not Communi, but community elements. And I was skeptical if Communi was already far enough in the development. And then I took a leap of faith, so to say, and started with Communi. And that paid off very well because afterwards, some of my group members were so interested in Communi that they approached me by themselves. I did not have to sell them. Communi sold itself, so to say, because they had good experiences there and liked the experiences, and they asked me to learn more about it. And I had then a meeting with them and showed them the back end, and then several of them bought Communi, bought the lifetime deal. And that was a very confirming experience. And myself, I also liked this experience. And when I was skeptical at the start, when I started this group, when I finished the group, I was totally convinced. And so that was certainly helpful for my experiences as an affiliate, because I take that very seriously. When I give a recommendation, I really want to give people good advice. I do not just want to sell them anything just to make money. That's not my style, because I know from the past, when people trust my experiences, I do not want to disappoint them. I want to really give them something good. And I'm convinced that Communi is the best thing I can recommend to them, and that makes it so much easier. And then this experience that Communi sells itself when people have the experience as members of the group. So from there on, it became very yes, easy in a way for me to get more people to buy this lifetime deal. And besides that, the lifetime deal is very attractive, as we all
Yeah,
know.
that makes a lot of sense. Oh, thanks for sharing that. And what stuck out for you at the beginning that kind of gave you a bit of confidence in Communi? Was there any specific features, or was it because Sabine and Renat had done an interview about it, or what stood out for you in that?
It's a combination of things. One thing is um, the features, and especially the features that differentiate Communi from school. For example, that we now have the German user interface, that we have big progress towards GDPR, and other features, and also the culture in Communi. My experience is that the culture in Communi is quite different from the culture in school. And in school, I always felt the pressure to interact, and if I have something to say or not, just interact for the sake of interaction, and that does not make sense for me. And in Communi, I have the impression there is gamification, yes, but it is more in the background. You can use it if you want. And meanwhile, there are also the possibilities to adjust it to your own needs and your own wants. And it is not so much in the center, and not everything is centered around this gamification and leaderboard, etc. And also what I like is it has a more holistic approach, and my own work is very holistic in a certain way, because I help my clients, solopreneurs, to reinvent themselves, and that comprises everything. It has to do with the connection of personal life and business life. It has to do with the total strategy for the business, not just community as one single part, but community embedded into the whole strategy for the business. And also the other things, and AI, and yes, community as an important part of the business, and that was also something that motivated me to sell community, because communities are a big trend. I've just recently found a very fresh report about community trends 2025, and I think communities are a massive trend in the landscape, and still increasing in the future, and especially for my people, because they are more people-oriented, they are more introvert often, they are not so competitive, they want to give value to their customers, and Communi has this combination. It is all in one.
Yeah.
Courses, community, and perhaps other offerings in the future, events, everything in one tool. And that was also one result of this report that I found, that people are trending to have less tools, because having too many tools makes it too complex, and have more unified tools, and so Communi is on the trend.
That's very cool.
and,
Yeah.
and therefore there are a lot of reasons, and also that we can work with you so closely. You have your own community, and you are present there each and every day, and you are listening, and that's not that's not how can I say it? Perhaps not always the case when someone has such an offer. And I appreciate that very much, because it means we can report ideas to you, and you listen and ask, and why is it important for us, and how would we use it, etc. You try to understand what our interests are and our motivations are. You implement. There are so many improvements. I think, I don't know, every second week or so, there is a new announcement with new improvements, and you have implemented lots of the ideas that have come up in the past, and all these aspects together, they impress me, and they make me very confident in the future of Communi, and make me very convinced that this is a great tool. And I like to promote it. I like to promote it in order to that Communi grows. That's certainly important, because the more people there are, the more the value of Communi is going to increase, and also because of the people I can reach with that. And it is such a nice experience, as I've experienced, I think, last week or so, that people are so grateful that they learn about Communi. They had not heard about Communi in the past, and they perhaps are not even aware of the trend of communities, and perhaps they know school, perhaps they know none of the tools, and then they hear from me, there is this wonderful tool, Communi, and they are so grateful when they look at it and see what it is able to do and how it works, etc. And that's a very satisfying experience for myself too.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. And with the people that you do talk to that decide to join that are impressed by it, what do you find that they are most interested in, and what's been your strategy for recommending the software? Uh, yeah, and how did you kind of come to that? Yeah.
Several things. When I left school last year, I wrote this blog article, and that was a good hook for me now to pick up the topic again and to write another article and have a video on my YouTube channel where I connected the dots and told them last year I left school. Those were the reasons, and now I've discovered Communi, and those are the benefits of Communi in comparison to school. And also what I like personally, and the big benefits, for example, the pricing model, GDPR, German language, those are huge benefits in my view, and also in the view of the people, and also this attractive lifetime deal. Some of them have told me, "Oh, I do not yet have concrete plans currently to create my own community, but this lifetime deal was so attractive, I could not I could not ignore it. So I took it now, and even if I start my community in some months only, but I have secured this lifetime deal. So lots of things, and in my group, they experienced it. They saw it is easy to use. They saw there was discussion among the members, and then I showed them the back end, and they saw the back end is easy to use, and so it's kind of a no-brainer, I
That's great.
think.
Yeah, that's great. And what would you recommend others do? How would you say, uh, from what you've seen, how could they recommend it to others, or how would you recommend they go about doing that based on your experience? And is there anything that
Um,
really stands out? You've mentioned the price really stands out for people. Is there anything else that you've found people were really interested in?
I think it's this combination, not a single feature, but this combination.
Hmm.
And sorry. Sorry.
Right, if you
Sorry.
need to get some water or something, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, it's this combination. And I don't know how other people manage it. For me, it is very important to be convinced myself, so that I can transfer my own enthusiasm. And that was also some feedback that I got, that somebody told me, "Oh, you were so enthusiastic about Communi," and that kind of infected me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's important, and then to be aware of the benefits, to be able to explain the benefits. And I think the most important thing is that people can make their own experience. So today I have started my free group, my free community, and have asked the first founding members to join this community.
Hmm.
And the intention is, when I first started with selling Community, I had this paid group, but it was limited only to the members of the program, and I did not have anything else. And then I thought, and I did not have the time and the capacity to create a free group in parallel.
Hmm.
And then Then I reflected and came up with the idea to offer them a bonus. I offered them a bonus of 30-minute one-to-one Zoom call with me when they used my affiliate link. And the intention was to support them further because those people who are interested in Communi, they are also people who are perfect people for my programs because community as a part of the total strategy for solopreneur
Mm.
and and also my general attitude that I want to support them. I do not just want to make money. I want that they really are successful with it, and so that was for the as an intermediary solution. It was this bonus. I will see if I continue it. Now I have my own group, and now I from now on I'll be going. I'm going to to use the link for the group as a call to action in everything I'm going to do.
Mm.
Uh, Blog posts, videos, LinkedIn, and whatever newsletter, whatever I'm doing. I'm using this that as a call to action because that's the best way, I think, to convince people that they make their own experience, that they can make their own decision and not just rely on what I'm going to tell them. And in my video, I made a kind of compromise. I wanted to show them something, but I did not want to show them the real community because of privacy concerns.
Mm.
And so I made some screenshots and gave them some impression what Communi is looking in the inside. And I think that's the second best thing that you can do. The best thing would be to give them the experience of Communi themselves, then to show them something in a video or by screenshots or in whatever way to show them something.
Mm.
And another, a third thing that was important for me, follow up. And I think many people underestimate the importance of follow up,
Mm.
and especially solopreneurs who are perhaps not so marketing fit. They they hesitate with follow up. They are afraid that people are that people will react negatively. And my experience is follow-up is very important in the whole marketing and sales process. And so I did follow up in several ways. I checked who had clicked to the link, and I did email segmentation in my newsletter and sent extra emails to those who had shown interest. And I contacted several people individually who had shown interest in some way. And so I think that that's a good connection, and a good combination. The own the own conviction, the own motivation, the own enthusiasm, and then give them the experience, or at least give them the second best thing of experience, show them what's in the community, and then follow up for all those who do not decide immediately. And I think it's normal. You cannot expect that everybody sees this and just just
Yeah.
books the tool, but to yes to follow up and with this attitude also, it's in the best interest of the person. When they are interested in community and when they are interested in a tool that helps them to work with the community in an efficient way and in a way that is not driven by just by gamification and by numbers, but by adding value to the people and creating a really valuable community, then it is in the best interest of those people that they know about Communi, and what I can do that they know about it, I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And that's my attitude about it.
That's really cool. And when you follow up, how are you follow up? Do you send an email, or are you well, in your campaign, would you maybe do this to everyone, or are you doing this to people individually? That's what you
Um,
recommend. Yeah.
in individually. I do not want to burn my newsletter list with too many promotions. And I mentioned the lifetime deal each time, but I sent extra emails to those who had clicked to the link
Mhm.
and to the link either to my affiliate page or to the link of the video or so. So I did not send emails to everybody, and I sent private emails to certain people who had shown interest and who had not yet decided. So that's
Makes sense.
mainly what I did.
So a lot of the time you'll be maybe sending it a mass email, just kind of, it's almost like phishing for people that would be interested, and then you follow up with them individually. And then in that individual follow-up, that's
Mm.
when you're getting a lot
Mm.
of people coming and joining.
Yes, it was about, I've analyzed the numbers, and it was about one third came from uh, approximately one third came from my paid group, where they discovered themselves how interesting Communi is. One third came from follow up, and one third came from my general newsletter. And they may have watched the video or may have read the blog post. I cannot find out that exactly, but
Hmm.
roughly that's the distribution.
And out of interest, how did you start by building your subscriber list in the first place? Is it through your blog, or and when you say blog, is that a website that you're posting to, or
Yes, yes, my own website, blog on my own website, and I publish a weekly newsletter,
yeah?
and I publish a LinkedIn newsletter and posts of it.
What's
And
the
I've restarted my YouTube channel beginning of this year. Mhm.
What's the URL? Is that would you be willing to share your URL of in case people are interested as well of reading the blog?
Yeah, yes,
Really
of
cool.
course. It's monikabirkner.de.
Cool. All right, awesome.
https monikabirkner.de.
I'm assuming it's in German as well, is it? It's not in English,
Yeah,
right?
it's in German, but
Cool. We can use Translate.
Google
Yeah,
Google can translate it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Google Translate will work. Cool. I think that's really really interesting. There's a lot of crossover between you and Dennis. Dennis followed a very similar strategy. It's really interesting. On our call, he also said the same thing. He said that because it's a community-based tool, he found
Hmm.
that he was making a lot of sales through the follow-up process. He had a
Hmm.
slightly different way of doing it. It sounds like for you, you're emailing people, right? So you would email them individually. And he was talking about in his interview, he did, I think he was doing a phone call. So he would actually get them
Hmm.
to call him and, or he would do it through instant messenger, WhatsApp, or something like that to
Hmm.
try and make it
Hmm.
available. But he said that he found that lots of people just through that came through as well. And it's maybe that personal aspect, wanting reassurance that you're going to be there with them, or there's a community there. So I think, yeah, that's really cool. Is there anything that you'd like to share that either you would like to see us do in the partners group or in the software itself, or any final things that you would uh, want to share with people as they, start trying to promote community that might give them a good starting point, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think this kind of interviews is certainly helpful
Mhm.
because at least for those who are not so experienced in marketing. Uh, and for the German group, we now have so much um, so much support in Sabine's group,
Mm.
and I always recommend Sabine's group to everybody who is interested in community because she is so advanced in how community works and can explain it and has videos about it, etc. So that's very helpful. Otherwise, for the partners group, I do not have an idea currently.
We're working on it. Figure it out. Yeah. Well, where would you recommend people start when they start selling? Because I think most people they join the software, and they do have an audience. Many people do have a small audience, and it sounds like from what you've said so far that you would recommend that they first use the software and then encourage others to use it as well, experience it for themselves. So invite them to
Mm,
a group, maybe the person's created, and then after they've experienced it themselves, then create a follow-up where you're kind of advertising the group
mm,
and what's inside of it, and then
yes.
introducing the offer and following up. That would be
Yeah.
the right way to go about it.
Yes, it certainly depends a bit on the personality. There are people who kind of would not say aggressively, but kind of aggressively give out the link, and there are others who are a bit more reserved and want do not want to get negative reactions.
Mm,
So it depends a bit on personality, but I think in general this order is quite useful
mm,
to have own experience and own positive experience and own enthusiasm and give people the experience and having a free group is a wonderful way to give people the experience but also to combine it with the affiliate link. There are often situations, especially for solopreneurs, they have wonderful offers and they give always free content and free access to everything,
mm.
but forget to mention the offers. And so I think it should be a balance between giving information, access, etc., and also telling about the offers. And the mixture will be a bit different depending on the personality, but there should always be the right balance so that not only you give free access and free information, etc., and never tell them that there is something to buy, but and also not only promote and never give real give value beyond that promotion.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Cool. Thanks for sharing this. I think this is going to be really valuable for people. Is there anything that maybe I can attach some things below that might be helpful? I'd like to I'll share a link to your website, and if there's anything else that you think would be valuable for partners to, or anything that you've got that might be useful, I thought maybe even a
Yes,
link to
per,
that post that you
per,
created about Communi and your experience with school as well. That might be useful. Someone may want to recommend that to their audience, perhaps, to read while they're doing their promotions. Yeah, any other
yeah.
ideas?
Yes, on the video that did quite well. And people may also enter my free community when they are interested, because in my free community, this connection between community strategy and general strategy, overall strategy, will be an important part.
Cool. All right, I'll include a link to that as well. Guys, great talking with you, and thanks for jumping on and sharing this. It's really helpful, and I've found it really interesting to understand what you've been doing because I mean you're one of our top affiliates. You've been recommending the tool really effectively, and yeah, it seems that it's a simple process, but you've been doing it really well. So I think people hopefully they'll learn from it and do it themselves. And yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for having me. And
Gotcha.
and I'm looking forward to more progress of and for continued progress of Communi and growth of Communi, and will do my best to support that.
Thank you. That's really cool. Thanks.